Colonel, what can you tell us about the anticipation the Marine Corps has for the future operating environment and how that will impact combat development?
The Marine Corps sees an increasingly complex and dynamic operational environment where hybrid threats will become increasingly capable with capability sets that in some cases will have parity to modern nations. And it's also with some of the enduring nature of operational environments, wartime environments. We're going to continue to see war be chaotic, uncertain. Uncertainty, in fact, will be the only certainty. So hybrid threats, criminal networks, combining regular and irregular forces. But again, it's new in some ways, but it's really being relearned. Napoleon experienced irregular, hybrid-like, not criminal, but hybrid-like irregular forces on the Iberian Peninsula. Alexander Great saw similar adversaries in Afghanistan when he was there. So, while some people say it's new, I think it's just changing. The character of warfare is always changing. The nature will remain immutable.
With the chaos, the uncertainty being predicted, what does that mean for the equipment that will be fielded, or indeed the challenges that you have in fielding the correct equipment?
Well, if you don't know what you're going to face, it's difficult to fully prepare for it. But if you have the proper mindset, if you have the proper approach intellectually, and you can think through problems, then you have a good start at it. When you examine and you look across the globe, what's going on and predict as best you can, but more importantly, look to your history and understand how things have progressed and unfolded over time, you can begin to build a picture that gives you a start. And so with our capabilities and being a force that needs to be prepared to fight tonight anywhere on the globe against any threat, or respond to humanitarian situations across the range of military operations, it's very difficult to get it perfectly right. But if you have a balanced force that's able to operate in any climate place, that has the ability to command and control in high threat, degraded environments where you're leveraging technology but you're not overly dependent on it, then you begin to have an opportunity to leverage technology, use it to your advantage, not have it contribute to your own demise, and create dilemmas for the enemy, whether that enemy is a warfighting enemy or the enemy is a catastrophic storm. And I think that's at least an approach.
What can we expect from the role of the Marine Corps as we sort of swing back to this expeditionary operational focus, and indeed, what will that do to shape your vehicle fleet?
Well, the Marine Corps has remained America's expeditionary force in readiness. We've continued to respond to crisis and calamity around the world, even while embroiled in a decade and a half of conflict in Iraq and Afghanistan. But the requirements, the capabilities, the force, the training, the mindset required for counterinsurgency, while we can't step away from that, we need to get back to our expeditionary roots, being able to go into an environment where there is no infrastructure, where we do not have immediately the ability to rely upon a robust joint force, but where we can go in where there is no infrastructure, leverage the joint capabilities and the coalition capabilities that are available, and not just exist or survive in that environment, but thrive in it. And Marines have always done that. We've always done that since our beginning, and it's just kind of getting our orientation back on that. We're looking at different ways to harness energy, different capabilities so we can sustain, survive, fight, and thrive in expeditionary environments from the sea. We are going back to our amphibious roots to fight from the sea, on the sea, and for the sea. But that's in our DNA, and so it's really just kind of stretching out and getting refocused on it, and the Marine Corps is moving that direction swiftly.
You really invigorated the discussion, I'd say, in your presentation this morning. But what else have you actually learnt yourself from the other conversations taking place at International Armoured Vehicles?
I think it's been interesting to interact with our international partners, our allies, our colleagues, and both in uniform and in industry, and see that we all are looking at the similar problem sets, maybe a little bit differently, maybe with a little different vantage point and perspective, certainly based upon missions, roles, responsibilities, position in the world, size, and those type of things. But it's good. We're all seeing the same challenges. We're all bringing different thoughts to that, and environments like this allow us to collaborate, to share those ideas, because really, while technology, as I said before, is important, It's the thinking man and woman that are going to survive and thrive going forward. And we're better off coming together using the best and brightest minds from all our partners, our allies, our friends around the globe who are looking at things a little bit differently, and we can gain the synergy of that interaction. So I think that's been the best part, understanding that we all have some of the similar tensions, viewing our adversaries, both peer, near peer, hybrid, emergent, and known, and I think that can only help all of us as we solve these problems. All of us are going to need to work together to solve these problems. No one nation can solve the world's problems, and the United States Marine Corps can contribute to it, but we certainly want to have strong, capable, brilliant allies that we've seen here this week alongside of us.
And of course, it's not just partners and allies, there's also the defense industry, the technology providers who are part of this, this mission, so to speak. What can you tell me about perhaps the opportunities you found this week?
Absolutely. So a lot of industry partners that are here we know and we work with in the United States. We've worked very hard. Lieutenant General Walsh, my boss, the Deputy Commandant for Combat Development Integration, is very keen on establishing and building relationships with industry to leverage and tap into what they're doing. There's a lot of great ideas, a lot of effort, a lot of investment, a lot of R&D. Companies spending a lot of money to solve these problems, certainly for business interests, but also I believe most of the folks that we've dealt with here and that we deal with on a daily basis are patriots and want to serve their nation, serve the global community for good, and a lot of the capabilities they're going after we can leverage, and leveraging their minds, leveraging their approach, leveraging their investment, and working in a collaborative partnership. I think that's the only way we're going to really move forward. If we articulate clearly what our requirements are, and industry works with us to meet them, keep costs down, and deliver the required capability, I think, again, that's the best approach for all of us.
I wish you luck, sir. It's a pleasure to hear you.
Thank you very much.